We don't even have a name yet, you know? It's like, I was thinking, like, the Bottom Boys, the Bottom Rung, Bottom
The
Feeder.
I like bottom rung or bottom feeders.
Because, we're all bottoms here.
Bottom feeders works for me.
Cool. Let's do bottom feeders. The big ass bottom feeders.
Big ass bottom feeders. Sweet badasses, badass, big bottom feeders.
Yeah, quadruple B. Big bootied bottomed feeders. This is what I know about feeders. Absolutely nothing, except for that you guys want me to see this. I have very low expectations in the actual movie, but very high expectations in entertainment by not what it's meant to be entertaining for. And I now know that there's definitely an alien, and that's just where my knowledge on that stops.
As far as what I know, I don't trust either one of you. I'm along for the ride.
Yeah, pretty much. He's here for the torture. The first episode torture. It's maybe about Mark and John Polonia's 5th movie. Their first movie was actually in '87, and it was Splatter Farm. I haven't actually watched that one yet. I kind of want to. I don't know if I'll watch it with blood or I'll watch it by myself, but I'm gonna.
That's episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2, Splatter Farm.
We're spending money for episode 2, and I'm gonna write it off on my taxes that the government owes me money for watching Bulk. Yeah, I like Polonia stuff just because of, I don't know how it started, but one night Phil tricked me into watching a horrible movie and found it to be more entertaining than the movies I usually try and watch, because it's amazing what people will commit to film if they have the conviction to do so. And it's also amazing just to see what people will do to be in front of a camera. And honestly, I've had some horrible moments, but it's always worth it. And Polonia stuff's, it's so hit or miss, because when it's bad, it is hilarious. But when they're good, which I've only seen, I'd say 2 good movies of theirs so far, they're pretty competent. You can tell that they're trying. So I don't know if they just stopped caring along the way. I mean, to say that they started in the '80s is news to me, because they've got stuff up until very recently. So they're dedicated. I feel like there's just so much that they are willing to throw at the wall and hope it all sticks.
But like I said, I don't trust either one of you. But you know.
I mean, you have plenty of reason to trust us. We've never steered anybody wrong.
Yeah, speaking of steering correctly, anybody brain dead enough to listen to this, go pop in Het Graveyard, and you'll thank me for it.
I'm sure the only people listening to this are people from the Shudder Discord. So, I mean, they already know to not watch Pet Graveyard. But if you haven't watched Pet Graveyard, you gotta watch Pet Graveyard.
Yeah, watch Pet Graveyard. So this is it. It's feeders, and my name is Tan.
My name is Taylor.
So the guy who chops in and out occasionally is Taylor. I'm Phil, the one with the beautiful voice.
Like honey with tea. And I am the one with the voice like a 1990s cartoon character. So let's watch this.
This guy talks like me.
Where do these creatures come from?
You're in it.
Did John Carpenter do this music?
No, it was his little brother Todd Carpenter.
Oh yeah, we're in Twin Peaks now.
Boom. I'm watching the beginning of The Room, but they're walking.
He's about to have an erotic Bigfoot encounter. There's Mr. Polonia, Mr. Mark Polonia. I actually don't know which one John is.
Man, they love that sign.
I was gonna say, how many times are we gonna call it?
The correct answer was you.
Oh, shit's going now.
Oh yeah, this is the part of the spoilers that we saw.
If that doesn't beat all, a meteor. God, I hope it doesn't burn the fucking forest down.
That's the dude that played the Scarecrow Man, the creepy janitor.
Oh shit, is that that's Todd Carpenter. God damn, he's young.
Does he have hair? That's the question. Jesus. What? Oh my god.
Sorry, but Todd Carpenter looks like the type of person who started balding when he was in high school.
Damn it, another one. I knew this was going to be a bad day.
Another one.
I guess I'll follow the first one. It'll start a fire before the other one anyway. Damn.
Bud. Wise.
Jesus.
Oh shit, are we playing GoldenEye? Mark Polonia missed leg day.
This is great.
For like 40 years.
You had enough yet? Enough? This is a page right out of history.
So we're watching Predator, right? This isn't as good
Is
as
that-
everyone made it out to be.
Should we find a motel or camp in the woods?
So, you know, Michael
Let's camp in
Bay
the
and Mark
woods. We got
Polonia
a
go
lot
in the
of gear,
woods.
and besides,
I like
we
the
gotta save our
setup.
money for the ocean.
Another one.
Another one.
So is this guy's looking for the aliens, right?
He's looking for a meteor. He's Stephen King from Creepshow.
He's gonna touch it. Ah, meteor shit. God damn. Oh, he just hitched a ride with him. He's just hanging out in his back seat.
The probing started.
Oh no!
Car antenna.
That didn't go where I was expecting it to go.
Yeah, me neither.
Time only like 15 minutes in.
I don't know.
Hi, what are you doing?
What's going on?
It's like two kids meeting for the first time. So, is that like Cannibal Holocaust turtle right there? Did they mutilate a fish they caught just for this movie? Okay, I kind of like that. The little hat that said "haven't had a bite all day." That's
Yeah, I was just about to say that was a really funny touch.
Gonna be a hot time in the city tonight. What are you doing? Is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay? I'm afraid I can't do anything more for this one. About to fill out some reports for me. When I call
We had that ready to go.
Right through the window.
didn't give a
That was a
fuck.
nice cut, actually. I'll give them that. That was a nice cut.
Yeah, this lady's getting eaten by the Demogorgon.
Motorboating.
It looks good. I think it looks pretty good, especially for
John and Mark Polonia were pioneering gay rights back in the 1990s. Young Mark Polonia looks like a serial killer from back in the day.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely does.
And he has that aesthetic. You think the alien's like inside him or something?
Like an alien?
I mean, like, did he like lay an egg, or is he just like Luke Skywalker in that dude's belly?
This guy's doctoring so hard. What?
That's my favorite shot in the movie.
Just a little squishy noise and then a little alien doing a little jig.
Wiggles.
I just want this music to always play when I'm going on a nice jaunt through the woods. What? Is that a Photoshop bite mark?
Oh, that is MSP.
Oh my god, it was totally living inside of him. Oh my god.
I just googled Mark Polonia, and that's definitely not him.
No, look, Halloween Night was made after John died. So that was okay. So there was still some Polonia juice running in those veins.
Refrain from Polonia juice.
Yes, Polonia juice.
Did you just say Polonia juice?
Polonia juice is what?
If he decided to make another porno, he could call it Polonia juice.
You know, if you got a transfusion from Mark Polonia now, you'd probably get the urge to direct movies. That's the Polonia juice.
I'm more of the Igor to Bill's Dr. Frankenstein here, so I just nod my head and say yes. Dude!
What is that? Is that one of the girls?
Like, this guy is still worried about getting his dick wet.
It looked like a legit crane shot. Oh my god, what the did they rent a dolly for just this?
Someone's scanning the area like
Just for a day.
They did filmmaking stuff in here?
We're witnessing the beginning of an invasion.
Made a movie in their movie?
so. You know what they like to eat?
Yeah. Us.
Yeah, if they got it, they're gonna fucking use it.
Oh no, it's the Polonia juice.
Oh no, he got Polonia.
That is 100%
mysterious
pure
visit.
concentrated Polonia you're receiving right now.
It's gonna be getting dark soon.
You always have to cut it. It has to be 70% Polonia juice max.
There is a tomorrow.
You know what happens when you mix Polonia juice and ammonia?
Ammonia?
Polonia.
Like 7 hours to run there.
Nice. That
Ooh, that is a good
that's
zombie.
definitely from someone else's movie.
There we go.
Nice.
I'm leaving that in.
Those are my thoughts.
I'm loving this Polonia ASMR right now.
So welcome to the horror movie review. We're watching John Polonia light a match with another match right now.
Well, now we know why there's 20 minutes left in this movie.
I just fucked up the video by bringing up the time. Yes. There is 20 minutes.
They need to know.
But can John squat one of the aliens?
His one true weakness, leg day.
To get you to a hospital. It burns. Must be some sort of weapon.
If you take him to a hospital, a doctor's just gonna put a bag over his head and say, I cannot do anything.
He's just trying to get his hands on that Polonia juice.
That's the problem, is he already did, and he couldn't handle it.
It's too much for him, you know? Michael Bay could never live up to the Polonians.
He's been chasing his whole career living under the Polonia shadow.
I really needed this close-up. You see, the sickle is a symbol for communism, and the aliens are capitalists. Did they just Polonia juice the phone line?
God help us all. God can't hear anyone tonight.
John Polonia coming in with that drama.
Oh my god.
Is that the best you could do?
He did the math. Oh shit. Is that how John Polonia died?
Based on true events.
Bennett!
Oh no!
Maybe it's hell.
Oh no! There's two of
Who the
them!
hell are you? Well, kill him! One of those aliens!
Do you think those are the brothers?
Oh, they might be.
That's gotta be.
Okay, this shot is kind of creepy.
Polonia is credited as Evil Bennett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I just hear a farting noise?
Sorry, Michael. That was probably the love of your life right there. You just murdered him.
So much to do.
You're not Bennett.
You killed Bennett. Your race is so primitive.
No.
What? You can't call them primitive. All you do is scream and eat faces.
You literally run around going scream. Here we see Michael Bay running into Silent Hill. The world is ending in a very controlled demolition.
No.
Did the apocalypse.
No, there's the main tune. Hey, they didn't hit Canada.
I liked it. That was a pretty good movie, actually.
Don't know what happened.
Me and Tan there, we did a review of Halloween Night, which is like a Polonia movie from like 12 years ago. And the thing I told Tan was, I was like, you're gonna feel like a Polonia hipster because you're gonna like the older stuff better. And I feel like this kind of held true.
Yeah, I agree that it definitely held true. I think that, I'm not sure, again, like if they've just been doing it for so long that they stopped caring as much, if they just got lazy about it, but whatever happened, these two older movies that I've seen from them, they're more competently shot. They have more going on in a sense of, like, Amityville Island was just wasting time. There was nothing going on. There was barely anything happening on screen. The actors were fucking wood. And this one, like, you can tell even the bad actors aren't, like, they're not hamming it up. They're just having a good time. And there were some moments in there where the effects were like, that's what I would expect from, like, I know it was 96, but that's what I would expect from like an 81 or an 80s movie, you know? So it's not that bad for a low budget movie. And it's not that soulless as the newer stuff seems. Like they're just trying to trick a couple people into paying for their movies.
No, 100%. I feel that. It's honestly so like me, like I've slowly becoming this Mark Polonia fanboy, and I was a fanboy before because he was making these modern bad movies. But when I delve into his past movies, like me and Tan watched 2 of his past movies, and I'm like, these are way better than the crap he's putting out now. Like the shit he did in the past is seeming to have a lot more soul than his current stuff, like by 100%. And what I'm hoping for is he's got a new release coming out this year called Return to Splatter Farm, which is, well, a sequel to his 87, 86 movie Splatter Farm. And I'm hoping so much that it is, like I said, a return to form. Like something similar to this, not Amityville Island.
This is a testament that when you make film with passion, that shines through. I'm willing to overlook so many things because you realize just how much fun they're having.
Yeah, definitely. And I went in with this with the expectation of I haven't yet grasped that this can be the norm. So I went in with the expectation of an Amityville Island or a Bigfoot versus zombies, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna groan, I'm probably gonna look at my phone or do a crossword or something else and look at the screen every now and then. I had 0 distractions. There was one point where I was just looking through Letterboxd for a minute through their other stuff, but more so out of curiosity as to like realizing, oh, they've been doing this since the 80s. But it's just, I expected it to be funnier not because they were aiming it to be funny, but because I thought it was going to be bad funny. But the funny moments were actually like you could tell maybe they were supposed to be funny, or they were just like half-assed scenes, you know, because the scenes that they were like being really serious about were serious, you know. They didn't really get across like a big budget movie, but I took a lot of it seriously.
For the most part, like I feel like I was laughing at the lack of a budget that showed, right? Like where the alien comes out of the guy, what is it, Todd's body, right? And you see the little photoshopped blanket, or the hole in
That's
the roof,
incredible.
or even the doctor getting eaten, right? You have his head there, and you just have a little cheap MS Paint effect. But I can't fault them for that, right? Like I can laugh at it, but I can't fault them for it because they were just working within the confines of their budget.
Actually, a Letterbox review. So this review is from a user on Letterbox, and I'll just read a little bit of it. According to Mark Polonia, Feeders was the most rented independent blockbuster in 1996, beating out Carnosaur and Children of the Corn 4. I guess some people were expecting an Independence Day riff, but got cute little alien puppets biting and probing John Polonia instead. I love those beady-eyed, shrieking little freaks with cutaways to their POV. Aliens didn't even have mouths, Mark said, which kind of defeats the purpose of calling the film Feeders.
I like that. That I was really surprised by it. I enjoyed it. I thought that this is something that I can see, like, it's what you talk to your friends about making when you're around 8th grade to 11th grade, and you're like, you know what, I'm going, like, you and me, we're gonna get our buddies together, we're gonna take these 2 cameras that I stole from my mom, and we're gonna shoot this thing. And my sister, she loves paper mache, so she's gonna make some aliens, and my buddy has a lot of paint, so we'll make some fake blood. And it like doesn't, when you're watching it for that, it shows, but if you're just sitting there, it doesn't show so much. And to piggyback on the letterbox thing, the art, the hand-drawn like comic style art for Feeders on Letterbox is so fucking cool. It looks like a cross between like that popular anime worship comic stuff that they were doing in the 90s with the girl's face, but then the alien itself it actually looks like what you're gonna get from the movie, but even cooler. I really like that art on the letterbox if you want to check that out.
I think, to me, that alien on the Letterbox art looks a lot like the Destroy All Humans.
Furon, by the way, for anyone who was wondering, they're called Fur or Furons in Destroy All Humans. Yeah, I had a good time. I would give it a 3 out of 5 because it's just such a, it's bad, but not bad. You know, it's poorly made, poorly shot, but it was a good middle of the road. I had fun, and I could watch it again in the future. And it is something that anybody who likes deep cuts like us, I would say, if you want to see a true low budget alien horror movie that does everything it can within its means, this is definitely a movie to watch, and respect for, you know, going after the big apple when you really can't get that big.
I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I'm gonna go with 2.5. Out of that, just as like I said, you can feel the passion behind it, and if you're willing to go on that ride, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm gonna go with Taylor there, and probably go with the 2.5. I feel like maybe I've seen more SOV movies than Tan has, but compared to a lot of them, it would be above average. And that's just going off everything else. Like, I love Polonia, sure, yeah, but I mean, just basing it off all of the SOV movies that I've tried to go through, movies that I haven't finished because they're terrible, it really does go above the average SOV movie. And most above average SOV movies for me get a 2.5, unless they manage to somehow break the barrier, like, say, Tim Ritter's Killing Spree, which I gave a 3.5. But yeah, 2.5 for me.
Yeah, not as experienced on the SOV, but all the mockbusters I watch, I know a lot of shot on iPhone, and that shit is fucking rough. God, you dodged a bullet last night. The consensus was Land of Smiles is worse than Pet Graveyard. I'm telling you, dude, it is. It is much worse than Pet Graveyard. It's longer than Pet Graveyard. The guy that I hated in Pet Graveyard, I'd rather watch a movie starring just him than starring the guy from Land of Smiles. It was horrible.
My curiosity is so peaked now.
If you're gonna watch it, don't do it alone. Don't do that to yourself.
So it's like mushrooms, right? You can't do it alone. No, you need somebody there with you.
Yeah, you need someone to hold your hand and hold your hair back when you're vomiting everywhere because the spiders are all over you. It is not an experience for a solo watch. Well, this was fucking awesome. Next week we should try and do Bulk.